Hello everybody, it's Mike and Denise with our review and comment on the plant-based news. We're out on our regular daily vigorous aerobic exercise purposeful walk. I've got my Victoria's Secret bag here to get the groceries at Whole Foods, and we're putting out this video as well for you guys. Basically it's like we did last growing season up here in Northern Virginia. Whenever we're going out, we try to do some articles and talk about what we think about these articles and how it relates to your health. And that's about it, I think. I also want to remind you guys I have the free book, Live to 150 at liveto150.org. That is like the life manual that we have. So let's just get right into this article. This seems interesting. It's from Veg News. It's very recent. The last 2 days, right? Something like that?
Yeah, it was published April 2nd.
Okay, you gotta talk over that mower over there.
Isn't that yesterday?
I think it was yesterday, yeah. April Fool's was Saturday. April 2nd was Sunday. We did Raleigh Veg Fest.
Yeah.
So 2 days ago.
So the title of the article is what is...
Oh no, wait, today's Monday.
Yes.
Oh my God, I didn't get any sleep last night. That's the problem.
Yeah, we were driving all night on the way back up north from Raleigh Veg Fest. The title is What is a Raw Vegan Diet and Is It Healthy? If cooking isn't on your list of top priorities, or if it's a particularly sweltering day, then the idea of not having to roast vegetables or fry up some crispy tofu sounds pretty appealing.
No cooking.
Maybe you occasionally eschew cooking for plant-based smoothies and salads. If that's the case, then you've already dabbled into raw veganism. But what does a strictly raw vegan diet entail, and is it for everyone?
Well, we mainly, I have the chapter in the book, chapter 42, is talks about the food, and we eat, I'd say, at least 50% raw.
Yeah.
I already looked at the pineapples that we got for tomorrow morning breakfast, so we're already getting ready to eat some of that. Maybe we'll have some cooked food tonight.
A raw vegan diet consists of food that's eaten uncooked. Aren't we going to Whole Foods?
Eventually, yeah. We gotta stay on this green trail. It's too loud too to go over that way. And this is a long article. We gotta get through it, so we should speed up.
Uncooked or heated at temperatures below 104 to 118 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm guessing the definitions vary.
Yeah, and that's, remember, we did some events with Emmanuel and Sarah. They had stuff in a dehydrator, and I guess apparently that's lower than those temperatures they mentioned.
Yeah,
so it's so raw.
Either 104 or 118. The idea is that cooking food destroys its nutrients, which is true in some cases, but not all. More on this.
Not all?
More on this.
So I can cook something at 800 degrees and none of the nutrients will be destroyed? Okay, that's a little bias there, that's all.
Raw diets tend to be low in processed foods. That
Tend to be?
means that all roasted, steamed, fried, sauteed, broiled, pressure cooked, seared, broiled, or grilled foods are off the table, so no roasted vegetables. Grilled veggie burgers, cooked grains and beans, pasta, bread, most kinds of nut butters, jams, vegan ice cream, or pasteurized non-dairy milk. It also naturally means no animal products, including honey.
You could eat raw meat. Right? Well, it's raw vegan, I guess you're talking about.
The commentary isn't helping.
Yeah, it's not. I've seen people do that. It's disgusting, by the way.
It typically includes table salt, but some raw vegans might use Himalayan or pink sea salt. Proponents of a raw vegan diet tend to be motivated by health, though there can be some crossover with animal rights and sustainability ethics, and the belief that you can get all of the necessary nutrients from uncooked foods. Food preparation can involve blending, juicing, soaking, sprouting, fermenting, and dehydrating
I'm not into the fermenting so much.
Instead of traditional cooking methods. So what can raw vegans eat? With so many no foods, what exactly can a raw vegan eat? Breakfast could be a smoothie made with frozen bananas, fresh berries, spinach, and raw almond butter, or smashed avocado.
We usually do that for lunch. But yeah. Man, when you stick an avocado in a smoothie though, that's gonna be high fat.
Yeah, but we put cooked milk in our.
We do, yeah. So it's not totally. But it's like 90% raw.
So along with this and minced cilantro and diced tomatoes over raw bread made from nuts and seeds in a dehydrator, that could be
That's also really high
idea.
fat, by the way. You're talking about nut and seed based raw foods, very high in fat.
Yes. Lunch could be a chopped broccoli salad with red cabbage, diced shallots, unroasted sunflower seeds, dried fruit, and raw vegan cheese dressed in cold pressed olive oil, lemon juice, fresh garlic, and raw tahini. Wow, I didn't know that some tahini was cooked. Wow,
I didn't know either.
Guess you gotta buy a special tahini if you want.
That's why they say it's not oil, but it's something else. Yeah, and it's either cooked or not. I didn't realize that either.
We usually avoid olive oil.
Yeah, well, even the tahini is very high of a percentage of calories from fat. All these things, they ask, is it healthy or not? They say that in the title of this. Well, I'm bringing these things up because these are all the reasons why it wouldn't be. And another one they talked about is salt. I don't know if that's really raw. It's actually a form of crushed rocks, right? How is that raw? I don't know. You don't cook rocks or not.
No,
I mean, so yeah, but I don't even know if, the more I think about it now, if any kind of added salt like that is even part of a raw diet.
Why not? It's raw. It's not cooked.
It's mineral. It's a rock.
It's a
not
mineral from the earth.
I don't know.
Or you could have this avocado jalapeno soup. That sounds good, actually. For dinner, you could make these raw vegan tostados. And for dessert, there's no baked key lime pies. I want to make those. That's a general idea of what can be eaten, but here's a more comprehensive list. Condiments like vinegar, Bragg's liquid aminos, and namashao, which is raw, unpasteurized soy sauce. Yeah, we've heard of using that. I think Emmanuel uses it, namashao. It's not very salty. Fermented foods, including sauerkraut, kimchi, miso paste, and coconut.
Well, sauerkraut, kimchi, meat, all this stuff, that's super salty.
If you add salt.
Yeah, well, if it's done the way 98% of it's done, yes, it's super salty. If you do it without salt, that's awesome, but I almost never see it. That's the problem.
What's coconut kefir, or is it kefir?
That's kefir is like a dairy product. I guess you can make it kefir without animal products in it. You can.
Yeah, with coconuts. So, of course, on the list is fruit, herbs, and uncooked spices, nutritional yeast, nuts, raw chocolate, seaweeds such as wakame, hijiki, dulce, and Irish moss, seeds, sprouted greens and legumes, and vegetables. So sprouted legumes are raw. You don't have to cook them.
Sprouted legumes.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, how edible are they? Because legumes generally are pretty tough, right? Which is why you want to cook them.
Well, not if you get the legume sprouts. Oh, I heard chickpeas sprout, and you can eat those. About oils. Some raw vegans avoid them entirely, while others use options including cold-pressed olive oil, raw coconut oil, raw flaxseed oil, raw hemp oil. Avocados, nuts, and seeds tend to be the go-to fat sources.
And the oils. Wait, you just said oil, right?
Yeah.
They didn't even mention it as a fat source.
No.
That's a massive source of percentage of calories from fat there.
Sweeteners are also typically excluded. Maple syrup is heated above 118 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's also easy to find raw vegan recipes that use it. Raw agave nectar is okay to use.
Okay.
So, what are the benefits of a raw vegan diet? Obviously, a raw vegan diet is rich in plant foods, which have been linked to numerous health benefits. It's full of healthy plant-based foods. A diet rich in fruits and vegetables is linked to lower blood pressure and a reduced risk of heart disease and stroke, per the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health.
Of course.
Nuts, seeds, and grains are linked to lower cholesterol. Studies have linked plant-based diets to a reduction in LDL cholesterol. That's the bad kind, according to a 2017 meta-analysis of 49 studies. This also includes legumes, which must be sprouted in order to be part of a raw vegan diet. Sprouts are simply seeds that have begun to germinate. You can buy sprouts from the store, or it can be done at home in a vented jar. A diet rich in fruits and vegetables is also linked to a lower risk of type 2 diabetes, according to a 2021 meta-analysis of 23 studies published in the British Medical Journal. Nuts, seeds, grains, and legumes are also linked to lower blood sugar levels. Yeah, even though you said they're high in fat, they don't.
No, wait, hold
spike
on.
your
Nuts
blood
and
sugar.
seeds.
Nuts, seeds.
Okay, right. They're if you eat them like whole, then they have a high or low glycemic index. So yeah, I get that. It still has a high percentage of calories from fat. Is the problem?
Okay. Raw vegan diets tend to be high in fiber, which is linked to lower blood pressure and better digestion. Plant-based diets, the ones that consist primarily of whole foods which don't need to be raw, are high in soluble fiber, found in nuts, seeds, sprouted lentils, and sprouted barley, and insoluble fiber, think vegetables and sprouted whole grains. The former feeds healthy gut bacteria, while the latter prevents constipation. Both may help you feel full longer after eating, so they can also aid in weight management. Some of those foods are higher in nutrients. Circling back to the fundamental belief of a raw vegan diet, some fruits and vegetables do lose their nutritional value when cooked, but things aren't quite as straightforward as raw broccoli equals good, cooked broccoli equals bad. For example, stir-frying or boiling this cruciferous vegetable lowers its vitamin C content by 38% and 33% respectively. But microwaving or steaming broccoli helps preserve its antioxidant content. Generally, cooked vegetables are lower in vitamin C, but this vitamin is also abundant in fresh fruit. So it sounds like you can make up for the vitamin loss by eating fruit and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Another noteworthy benefit is a 2008 study published by the British Journal of Nutrition, which found that 198 people who followed a raw vegan food diet had high levels of beta carotene and normal levels of vitamin A. However, they had low levels of the antioxidant lycopene. So I guess there are advantages and disadvantages.
Well, it depends. You just got to eat some raw fruits and vegetables that have lycopene, like tomatoes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't eating enough.
Raw vegan diets are low in saturated fat. Because many raw vegans get most of their fats from nuts, seeds, avocado, the diet is low in saturated fat. So it's also naturally free from deep fried foods, a known source of unstable molecules called free radicals, which damage DNA, cell membranes, and other parts of cells.
Acrylamide too, none of that's in there.
Right. This happens because high temperatures cause the fatty acids within the oil to oxidize, meaning they degrade in quality. So are there downsides to a raw vegan diet? No matter what kind of diet you're considering, it's essential to go into it being aware of both the pros and cons, and raw veganism is no exception. Sprouts aren't safe for everyone. Sprouts are grown in warm, humid environments, which is exactly the type of conditions that foodborne illnesses causing bacteria thrive in. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, there have been a few E. coli and salmonella outbreaks linked to sprouts in recent years. When buying sprouts, choose ones that are refrigerated and stay away from anything that looks musty or slimy. We've eaten musty sprouts before.
The other thing is you don't need to eat sprouts to be raw vegan. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Keep them in an insulated shopping bag and refrigerate them immediately. Some cooked foods are healthier when cooked. Cooked tomatoes may be lower in vitamin C than raw ones, but they're higher in the antioxidant lycopene,
There you go.
which helps protect the body from
Red sauce and pasta. Well, actually, that's not a part of the raw vegan diet. But that's what we're going to eat tonight. I'm going to make some.
You get more lycopene when you cook your tomatoes, which protects the body from cell and tissue damage, according to a Cornell University study.
Yeah, but another thing to think about here, people, is that most of the tomatoes that people eat are not even vine ripened. I'm sure that affects the lycopene level. My guess is if you ate vine ripened tomatoes, not ones that were picked green, that you wouldn't have a problem with this. And they don't mention it here.
Cooked spinach contains 53% less oxalic acid, which reduces your body's ability to absorb iron and calcium.
We know about that. We've had the beet greens before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can taste that stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it makes my throat sore, the oxalic acid. It's also higher in folate. Cooked carrots are higher in beta-carotene and antioxidants. Steaming kale reduces the number of isothiokenates, which can interfere with the absorption of iodine. I've been told by my iridologist that I'm iodine deficient.
We got to get some potatoes tonight at Whole Foods.
Yeah. Grilling or microwaving mushrooms boosts their antioxidant levels, according to a study from the Mushroom Technological Research Center of La
Wait, say that
Rioja
again. Mushrooms
Spain.
what?
Spain.
What are the
Grilling or
mushrooms?
microwaving mushrooms boosts their antioxidant levels,
Okay.
according to a study in Spain. However, boiling and deep frying does the opposite.
Okay, so lightly cooked. That's a theme in my book too, Live to 150, is just generally lightly cook your food.
Yeah. Steaming also helps preserve antioxidants in zucchini and broccoli. It may not be nutritionally adequate in the long term, this raw vegan thing.
What? Why?
A well-planned plant-based diet can be appropriate for all ages.
There's a big loader down here. Hold on, you gotta be loud.
Fortified foods and supplements to make up for the nutrients that it's deficient in.
What about making up for the noise?
These include vitamin B12.
Oh, look at this thing. Hold on a second. Here it is. There's this loader right here, right next to us. Right down here. This is what you get on your walk. And we're like going right with the loader. We're walking with the loader. It's kind of like passing a train on the highway. Oh, there it goes. Look at that giant hole in the ground. Look at that, Denise. It's like a giant reinforced hole in the ground. Yeah, it's scooping something out of there. We're putting gravel in there. Something. Okay. There it goes. All right, we're back. You know where we left off?
Yeah, so
This is what you get to do when you get your daily aerobic exercise. You get this kind of stuff.
back to the raw vegan diet may not be nutritionally adequate in the long term. It doesn't include B12, but neither does a cooked vegan
Right,
diet.
you gotta take that. Remember, the one supplement you need to take, just remember to take it. That's the big key.
It could be low in vitamin D, which regulates the absorption of calcium and phosphorus and helps regulate the immune system. Iodine, which reduces the risk of thyroid disease.
And we talked about that came from potatoes. You can also get it, and you can eat potatoes raw, and you can also get it from sea moss, but you have to process the sea moss to get that because it's disgusting.
It also
You don't do
is
that.
low in calcium and zinc. And studies have shown that raw
Low in
vegan
calcium?
diets-
Wait, hold on. But what about dark leafy greens? I thought they have a lot of calcium.
Those are raw.
Yeah.
And zinc, where do you get your zinc?
Well, they're just probably saying, well, you can eat raw vegan diet, but we know most people don't eat dark leafy greens, so you're not gonna get enough calcium.
We just ate some.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of people don't. They buy it. I see this meme online. I almost forgot to buy the giant box of spring mix at the grocery store that I'm gonna throw away in a week after it expires, and I didn't need it.
Raw vegan proponents tend to discourage the use of iodized salt, and iodine is essential to a healthy thyroid function. So we gotta eat our sea moss now.
What happens if your thyroid's not functioning right?
You gain weight.
Well, I don't have a problem with that then.
Well, you could also lose weight.
Really? Well, I'm not having a problem with that either.
It's not accessible to everyone. A raw vegan diet may not be sustainable in the long term.
Not sustainable.
The lack of bread, cooked grains, and cooked legumes.
Bread is processed food, by the way. Bread is a food-like product.
Can you stop interrupting
Sorry,
so much?
but the
please?
other stuff's okay that you talked about. I just want to point that out.
So the lack of all this cooked food can make it challenging to get enough calories every day without frequent meals, which may make it too restrictive to be a 24/7 thing. Some preparation methods, such as dehydrating, chopping produce, juicing, and sprouting, can be time consuming, And yeah, that raw vegan dinner that we put on, that we spent like 3 solid days.
Although the
preparing
costs
that.
were fairly low. It was surprisingly low food costs, if you ask me, even for organic stuff.
Yeah. Pre-made, sprouted, and dehydrated foods can also be cost prohibitive, making a long-term, strictly raw vegan diet unattainable for many. Yeah, our sprouts are like $6 a box.
Yeah, they are expensive, but they're packed with nutrition.
So,
as long as you don't get poisoned and die, like they said.
Yeah, just don't eat the musty, moldy ones. How to start a raw vegan diet. If you're curious about a raw vegan diet, the best way to start would be to try out a few meals. Try out some of our favorite raw vegan recipes, including raw vegan Swedish truffles, raw vegan tostados, and raw vegan coconut cauliflower.
Okay, this stuff's not
stir-fry.
healthy though. It's gonna have added salt. It's gonna have high fat from nuts, nut sauces, and it's gonna have oil. Probably all of those things that I just mentioned.
Tostados don't need to have oil.
Okay.
And neither does coconut.
It's gonna be
cauliflower
nut based.
stir-fry.
It's gonna be nut based. I
This
bet you.
is zesty lime
Coconut.
dressing.
You said coconut stir fry. I mean,
Coconut cauliflower.
yeah.
So
there
leave
you
the
go.
cauliflower out and make cauliflower stir fry.
No, the cauliflower's good. The coconut's the problem. The
If-
coconuts, the peanuts, cashews.
If you're looking for more, a quick Google search will land you pages upon pages of other free recipes. If you're like a curated, if you like a curated selection, then a cookbook like Modern
That's
Raw
the
by
buzzword,
Rachel
curate.
Carr, Raw Vegan Not Gross by Laura Miller might be what you're looking for. That's the end.
That's it. Okay, so the takeaway is kind of what I was saying during the course of reading this and reviewing and commenting. It's way healthier if you ask me. Get it organic. They didn't even mention that, okay?
No.
And low on the nut seeds and avocados, low on no oils, and no added salt, okay? If you do that, it's way better than your average vegan diet. Way better. It's not even comparable. And yeah, of course, sprouting's better if you want to do that too.
Yeah.
As long as you don't die from whatever it is, poisoning. Right? So what do you think? What are your thoughts? Because this is from Veg News too.
Yeah, I think it sounds consistent with what we've learned. It is sustainable, and maybe not for everyone because you need to be where you
Not
can
if you-
get access.
Not
to
if you
the
must
food.
have vegan junk food. It's not sustainable.
Well, if you're eating
Right.
vegan junk food, you're not eating raw vegan.
Right, that's right.
But when Mike says low on the nut seeds and avocados, he means, for me personally, none.
None.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't obtain all of the health benefits of the decreased LDL and increased HDL and all that good stuff, because he doesn't let me ever buy nut seeds or avocados. But for people that are able to do whatever they like, yeah, I think they'd like a raw vegan diet.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't consider raw vegan restaurants as health places, because they're full of oil, heavy nuts and seeds, and tons of added sodium.
Yeah, to make it
All of
super
them.
tasty, yeah, the restaurants will add salt and oil.
Yeah, so they're not health food
Dishes.
restaurants. Are we gonna turn around here or?
Sure.
Okay, so we're just gonna turn around. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions, comments, and of course, get out there and get your exercise outdoors. Don't be watching these videos where people are sitting in seats indoors and not moving. That's why we are moving, okay? You need to do the same thing. Actually, we stop right now. We're gonna start walking again. So we're gonna turn around and we're gonna start moving. So thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. What else do people need to do? Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment. Give us your comments.
Comment if you have questions or other topics that you'd like us to research and read
Yes. Ideas and your experience with eating raw vegan, please let us know.
about. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.